You know, cybersecurity, it sounds super complicated, right? Even a little intimidating. But what if we looked at it in a totally different way? Instead of some abstract technical problem, let's think of it as a classic challenge, a challenge of defense.
I mean, really think about it for a second. You don't just build one giant wall and call it a day, do you? No way. You build layers. You build a whole system. And that's exactly how we need to think about protecting our digital lives.
And this right here, this is the core idea for our entire explainer. Everything on your computer, your phone, your photos, your private messages, your documents, that's the treasure. And the device itself? Well, that's the fortress you've built to protect it all. Okay, so every good fortress starts with an outer perimeter. It's the first thing any attacker is going to run into. In our digital castle, that's the firewall. A firewall is basically your digital gatekeeper. It stands right at the edge of your network, and it inspects everything, and I mean everything, that tries to come in or go out. It's got a strict set of rules, kind of like a guest list, and if something looks shady or its name's not on the list, it is denied entry. Simple as that.
And that's the really crucial thing to get here. Before a threat can even get close to your important files, it has to get past the firewall. It's the moat and the drawbridge, and it stops the huge majority of junk from ever reaching your walls.
But what happens if something clever gets through? You know, maybe it's disguised as a friendly traveler and it gets past the main gate. Well, that's when you need your guards on the inside. So let's move to our next layer and see how this all builds up. Look, no defense is absolutely perfect. A really sophisticated threat might just find a way to slip through. And that's exactly why having just one layer of security is never, ever enough. Once an intruder is inside the fortress walls, they can cause all sorts of chaos, unless there's a security force actively patrolling and looking for trouble. Now this is a big one because so many people get these two mixed up. The firewall is proactive. It's the gatekeeper, stopping things from getting in. Antivirus software, on the other hand, is reactive. It's the guards patrolling inside, actively hunting for threats that already made it past the wall. You absolutely need both. They do totally different jobs.
Okay, so our fortress is looking pretty secure from outside attacks. But what about when we, the rightful owners, need to venture out into the wild world of the internet? And more importantly, how do we protect the actual keys to the castle?
The easiest way to think of a VPN is as your own private, secret tunnel. So let's say you're at a coffee shop using their free Wi-Fi. That's kind of like walking through a dangerous, crowded market where anyone could be watching you. A VPN creates a secure, invisible passage from your device back to a safe point, making you totally invisible to anyone trying to spy on you.
Because let's be real, a weak password? That's like leaving the master key to the entire castle right under the doormat. An attacker doesn't need to break down your walls if they can just find the key and waltz right in the front door. We have to do better than just a single key.
And this is why multi-factor authentication, or MFA, is such a game changer. It's actually a pretty simple idea. It just says one key isn't enough. First, you have to provide something you know, that's your password. But then you also have to provide something you have, like a one-time code that gets sent to your phone. It's like needing both a secret password and a physical key to open the gate. And just look at that number, 99.9%. That's not a typo. Research shows that just turning on MFA can block over 99.9% of automated attacks on your accounts. Think about that. Even if a thief steals your password, they're still locked out because they don't have your phone. It's probably the single most effective security step you can take.
All right, we've defended the gates, we've posted guards on the grounds, we've even secured our keys. But we need one last, final, fail-safe layer to protect the treasure itself.
Let's just imagine the absolute worst-case scenario. A master spy has bypassed the gatekeeper, they've evaded the guards, and they've somehow stolen a key. They are standing right in front of the treasure vault. Is it all over? Not if we have one final trick up our sleeve.
And that final trick is encryption. So even if a thief gets their hands on the treasure chest, your hard drive, they still can't open it. And even if they could, the treasure inside would look like complete, meaningless gibberish. Encryption scrambles your data into an unreadable code, and only you, with the proper key, can turn it back into something that makes sense. And this protection gets incredibly deep these days. Modern processors from companies like AMD and Intel have security features built right into the chip itself that can encrypt your data while it's actively being used in your computer's memory. That's kind of like making the treasure magically turn to dust the second a thief touches it.
So let's bring it all back together. Our digital fortress isn't just one thing, it's a whole system. You've got the firewall, which is your moat, the antivirus, that's your guards, the VPN is your secret tunnel to the outside world. Multi-factor authentication protects your keys, and finally, encryption is that unbreakable lock on the treasure vault itself.
And this is really the single most important thing to take away from all this. Real, effective cybersecurity isn't about finding one perfect tool. It's about building multiple overlapping layers of defense. That way, if one layer somehow fails, there's another one right behind it, ready to catch the threat. So that leaves us with one final question, and this one's for you. All of these tools we've talked about are available, and a lot of them are already built into the devices you use every single day. Your fortress has all these layers just waiting to be used. So, are you taking the steps to raise the drawbridge, post the guards, and lock the vault?